Students, counselors, families, thank you so much for joining us for the Ohio Association for College Admission Counseling and Ohio Transfer Council Virtual College Fair. Welcome. Thank you so much for joining us for this 6x6 virtual college fair model. My name is Zach and I'll be your facilitator for today. And I want to cover a few housekeeping items before we begin with our first institution. First and foremost, you can ask questions throughout the session of the 6 institutions here. You do not need to be waiting for your specific institution or for a specific institution to be presenting to ask questions of that institution. So throughout the 45 minutes, all 6 colleges are here and ready to answer questions that you may have that you can type in. So use that Q&A button to send in those questions. Your camera and your microphone are turned off in this virtual space. So just be mindful that the only way to send in questions is through that Q&A button that you see there. This is 1 hour of a 3-hour college fair. So you can go to strivescan.com/Ohio and check out the next 2 hours of the virtual fair. We also are recording this session and all of the sessions, and they will be listed at strivescan.com/Ohio tomorrow as well. So we've got 6 great institutions to present today. This is our grouping here in the top left corner. We're in session A1. So we've got the Art Academy of Cincinnati, Mercy College of Ohio, Belmont University, Bluffton University, California University of Pennsylvania, and Michigan State University. And with that, I'm going to hand it over to Amanda from the Art Academy of Cincinnati to grab screen share from me. As Amanda grabs screen share and gets ready for their presentation, just a reminder, use that Q&A, send in your questions to our representatives through the duration of today's session. And Amanda, go ahead and take it away. You're on mute.
That is the story of 2021. So thank you very much. My name is Amanda Parker-Woolery. I am the Vice President of Marketing Enrollment at the Art Academy of Cincinnati, and I'm actually the transfer counselor as well. And why that is because my background is being a professor and working at a lot of 2-year colleges. So I'm very familiar with what the transfer process looks like. So if you're not familiar with the Art Academy of Cincinnati, we are roughly—
I'm going to interrupt real quick. We cannot see your screen. It's just a black share here.
All right.
Try one more time.
All right, can you see?
Yes, we can. Now we're good.
All right, perfect. Okay, so the Art Academy of Cincinnati is 152 years old. We used to be part of the Cincinnati Art Museum, and then we moved to a neighborhood called Over the Rhine in downtown Cincinnati. We offer degrees in art, design, and creative writing. And then I will talk to you specifically about what programs we offer as well, and then our admissions process, especially for transfer students. So on the left, list all of the majors and minors that we offer. Any major can also be a minor. A big point of difference with the Art Academy of Cincinnati is that we're interdisciplinary. So we want you to leave the college with a great tool belt so you can become the best, well-rounded creative you can be while you're looking for jobs in the workforce. During your time at the Art Academy, 2/3 of your classes are going to be studio arts based. So that's the making and the doing, and 1/3 is going to be liberal arts based. With our liberal arts courses, they really support what you want to do as a creative. So at some schools, you might take English 101 or algebra. At the Art Academy, you might take history of graffiti, or you might even take a taxidermy class if you're a sculpture major. So those really help broaden your knowledge base and your interest within art and design. While at the Art Academy, 1/3 of our campus is dedicated to student studios. So when you are in your junior and senior year, you are guaranteed a studio space. So that's a space for you to retreat to make and create as you see fit. Our student faculty ratio is 9:1. So you really get to know the students well on a first name basis and your faculty really well. Also, our campus is approximately 220 students. So you're going to have a lot of room to have your artwork, have your design, and space to create what it is that you are interested in while you are here. Another point of difference is our facilities. Regardless of your major while you are at the Art Academy of Cincinnati, you have access to all of our facilities. The only caveat to that is that you have to take an introductory course. So maybe you're a photography major that's interested in printmaking. So as long as you take the intro to printmaking course, you can use that facilities the entire time you're here. And that goes back to what I was saying about you leaving as a well-rounded creative. We think you need to experience these facilities so then that way you know how to use them after you graduate from the Art Academy. So since we are an urban campus, you have a lot of access to things right outside of our door. We are headquarters of Kroger, P&G. We're surrounded by art galleries, museums, and what this really means for you is access. And that biggest point of access is internships. We encourage students to do 2 internships while they are here, regardless if they're in Cincinnati or outside of Cincinnati. We also have a study abroad program. And then your junior year, you will pick a professional pathway to go along with your major. And in that professional pathway, you'll meet people working inside of those fields so you can network and figure out what it is you want to do after you graduate. Do you want to work in a big agency, or would you like to work in-house? Do you want to be a studio artist, or would you rather work for a nonprofit? So it's a great opportunity to answer some of those questions so you're prepared for life after art and design school. Also, with the study abroad program, we offer scholarships. So scholarships are available to students, and I really encourage you to apply to those. So where does the process begin? It starts with an application. We have a free application. I'll drop a link in the chat. We believe in equity for all students, and then an application fee should not hinder you from being able to apply to college. We do require a portfolio of 8 to 10 pieces of your best work. So that could be art, design, creative writing, or anything that you feel really demonstrates your skills as a creative. And then we also require final transcripts. So with those final transcripts, what we will do is a transfer credit evaluation. So we'll look at the classes you've taken and then see what credits will transfer over. You might be going to schools such as like UC Blue Ash or Sinclair. With a lot of colleges, we offer what's known as an articulation agreement. And what that means is you can transfer from their program, say if you've finished your associates, straight into our program your junior year. If you're not part of a college that we offer an articulation agreement, that's okay. We'll still do that transfer credit evaluation and then move all of your credits over to our program. So another big point of difference with the Art Academy of Cincinnati is that we offer a tuition promise. All students will receive an entrance scholarship, and that's based primarily off your portfolio. But what a tuition promise does is it sets your tuition and fees all 4 years you are here. So you'll have the financial security to know what your tuition will be year after year. So if you are interested, you can learn more at our website, or you can apply at artacademy.edu/apply. Thank you.
Great. Thank you so much, Amanda, for sharing that information. And students, a reminder as we're going that you can ask your questions of any institution at any point. Next up is Mercy College of Ohio. So Andrea, go ahead and grab screen share from me. And as they do, send in those questions via that Q&A button and engage with the college reps as we're going.
Sure, thank you. Can everybody see that?
Yep, looks great.
Perfect, thanks. So this is Mercy College of Ohio, and I'm Andrea Schuster. Who are we? If you haven't heard of Mercy College of Ohio and you're interested in a healthcare program, you'll definitely want to check us out. We're a Catholic institution of higher education, and we're founded by the Sisters of Mercy. Of course, you don't have to be Catholic to attend. We're just rooted in spiritual faith. And we were developed in 1918 due to the Spanish flu pandemic. Mercy College of Ohio, we've been educating healthcare professionals for over 100 years. And we provide healthcare and health science related programs, continuing professional education programs, and other community services in downtown Toledo. We're small, we're private, we're a not-for-profit college. Our average class size is 18, and we have just over 1,500 total students. We have a 7-to-1 student to faculty ratio. Like I mentioned before, we're rooted in Christian beliefs and values, and we've been voted the best small college in Ohio. Our graduates earn in the top 2% of all graduates. The Mercy difference. Some information that you may want to know about Mercy College if you're looking for healthcare programs is that we have program skills labs. We have built-in clinical spots due to our relationship with Bon Secours Mercy Health that offer hands-on learning experiences, and graduates are in demand and have excellent reputations as qualified and caring healthcare providers. We have a variety of different programs, such as certificate programs. You can see there that we have community mental health, EMT. We have the eye assistant program, which is called ophthalmic assistant program. Medical coding, we have paramedic for after you finish EMT. We encourage all of our students to go on into a paramedic program. We also offer phlebotomy, non-credit certificate programs, and also a polysomnographic technology program, which is also called sleep tech. For associate degree programs, if you're interested in nursing, we were developed initially as a school of nursing, and then we've branched out into other healthcare programs. So we do offer health sciences, health information technology, of course, our nursing day and evening weekend program, and our rad tech program. For bachelor's programs, if you're interested in a direct entry BSN program, we have a direct edge program for a guaranteed clinical seat from our direct from high school students. We also offer biology, which can branch into pre-med, pre-pharmacy, and pre-physician assistant tracks. We also offer, after that, if you're interested in moving forward into graduate degree programs, we do offer some graduate degree programs, including our MPA program, which is our physician assistant program, our Master of Health Administration, and our Masters of Science in Nursing. Even though we're a smaller college, we do have some of the same resources as some of the larger schools out there, such as testing centers, tutoring. We do have access to free printing. We have a simulation center, which has simulation mannequins, which will react with the student as they perform tasks. We have a state-of-the-art science labs, career services, counseling and wellness services. Our parking is for free. It's wrapped into your tuition. And we also have a full service library. We also have a robust student life here at Mercy College. So again, even though we're small, we still have those interactions with our students, and we encourage folks to seek out additional opportunities to become involved with the campus. We have a week of welcome. We have an orientation student leader program. We have an ambassador program. It's called the Hoffman Ambassador Program, where you go out and provide services within the community in Toledo, and more. We do process financial aid. So financial aid is available for most of our programs. Of course, you'd want to complete the FAFSA for eligibility. As you may know, being a transfer student, maybe you may or may not have taken advantage of FAFSA, but also we have some individual scholarships, and we utilize the FAFSA for some of those scholarships as far as determining need. So some of them are need-based scholarships, some of them are academic scholarships, and a lot of our scholarships are donated by donors. So they're driven by donations from alumni and past students and staff of Mercy College. We do have a Healthcare Worker Wednesday. The next one coming up is April 21st. It's a virtual open house where we then invite you to go into a separate room within the Healthcare Worker Wednesday session, where you'll be able to ask specific questions of program chairs and program representatives. So for instance, if you were interested in a nursing program, you could actually speak to possibly the Dean of Nursing or other staff members within the nursing program and ask specific questions. If you have any questions, I'm free for questions. I'm Andrea Schuster again. I'm at Mercy College, and we do have the application link there if you were interested in applying, and we can also go ahead and drop that into our chat session. And that's all for us for today.
Thanks so much, Andrea, for sharing that information. Students, a reminder, use that Q&A, send in those questions for your institutions that you may have. You don't need to wait for that college that you're sitting here for to present to ask those questions. You can do it at any time. Next up, we've got Belmont University. So I'm going to encourage my colleague from Belmont to go ahead and grab screen share from me. We're heading from Toledo, Ohio to Nashville, Tennessee, from Mercy College of Ohio to Belmont University. Take it away.
Hey y'all, thanks for being here today. My name is Deanna. Thanks, Zach, for that intro. If you don't know about Belmont, we are located in Nashville, Tennessee. It's about 80 degrees outside today, so nice and beautiful spring weather. Hopefully you're feeling much of the same wherever you are today. A little bit about Belmont. We are known as Nashville's university, so our students have access to endless opportunities, one, because of proximity to our downtown, about 2 miles from downtown and about 500 feet or so from Music Row, and just due to the access of majors that our students have. Anytime a student wants something that we don't have, we have the opportunity to create new majors pretty regularly. So I'm going to talk kind of a 30,000-foot view of what you can expect if you decide Belmont is where you want to be to finish your college degree. So let's see if I can skip here. Cool. So some quick facts about Belmont. We were started in 1890. It was originally an all-girls school. We had about 90 students or so enrolled in our first class. And if you can believe it, tuition was about $60 for that first year. We've grown quite a bit from those few 90 students that we have. We've got over 8,200 students on campus now. The vast majority of our students are undergrad population. They make up about 6,600 students. We've got an average classroom size of 19 students. What that means for you is you're not going to have any large lecture halls. We don't even have space to have lecture halls where you house 200 to 300 students. So you can have much smaller classroom sizes, and your faculty student to ratio is going to be about 14:1. So as we've continued to grow, we've been able to add more faculty under certain colleges to be able to keep that student to faculty ratio low. It's great news for you in that your faculty are going to get to know you. They're probably going to know more about you than you may want them to, but they'll also know if you're not in class and really be able to pour into you as a student and hopefully eventually as a colleague. We get a lot of questions about students or transfer students who are concerned that they're going to be the only ones at Belmont. We have about 700 to 800 transfer students annually who join us. Majority of those do come from outside the state of Tennessee. So we've got about 30–40% of our students come from in-state. The rest come from out of state. So there's tons of programming for you all. We're not a suitcase campus. So you're not going to go home every weekend and do your laundry if you don't live within an hour away. So we've got a ton of programming and things like that for you all to do to get involved in some capacity. Sorry, my computer froze on me. It's almost Friday, right? We're getting there. So here's a brief snapshot of just our academic life. Of course, our top majors, just given the nature of kind of where we are, commercial music, music business, if you're wanting to be involved in the music industry in any capacity, we've got that for you. If you are someone who is interested in nursing, surprisingly, Nashville is the healthcare capital of the country. We've got more doctors' offices and hospitals in every corner than you could imagine. Nursing is our second largest major on campus. You'll see we've added some new majors. That's just in capacity listening and understanding what, sorry, that's popping up here, what students may want from our programs and majors that we offer. If you want to know, what do I need to do to become a Bruin on campus? We need an online application. We can do the Belmont application, the common application, either is sufficient for you. And then we do need some supplemental items. So any college that you've previously gone to, even if it was a college you went to 15 years ago, we need those transcripts. We are a test optional institution. So if you want to hold off on sending us your test scores, if you've never taken SAT or ACT, you don't have to do that. We do need high school transcripts if you have earned less than 24 college units. So 24 is kind of the magic number for us. 24 college units, we only need those college transcripts. If you've got less than that, we're going to need high school transcripts in addition to those college transcripts as well. And then a bit more about the admissions process. We give you a decision typically within about 2 weeks. So we say 7 to 10 business days. Of course, USPS has been a little bit slower, so that has lengthened a bit, but we try and get that out to you as soon as possible so you can make the decision that's best for you. Once you decide Belmont's where you want to be, you're going to pay a $250 enrollment deposit. That is going to secure your space with us and in your program. Most of our programs are direct admit programs, meaning you don't need to audition, you don't need to send a portfolio or anything in. You just have to be admitted to the institution itself. So that $250 enrollment deposit is going to kickstart everything else for you. It's going to give you access to your student portal where you're going to eventually register for classes, where you're going to find your student email. So that deposit really secures your space with us to be able to get you housing and everything on that end. I wanted to give you this content. This is just information. If you're curious about any of our programs, I've listed our 4 main transfer counselors on this page. Again, my name is Deanna. If you have no idea who to talk to, jot my contact info down. I'll also put in the chat box. I'm happy to connect you with one of my colleagues if you have any questions about any of our programs or about what it's like either living in Nashville or join us at Belmont. So thanks for coming, guys.
Great. Thank you so much, Deanna, for sharing that information about Belmont. A reminder of our schedule here. We're in the top left corner. So next up, we have Bluffton University. Holly, go ahead and grab screen share from me. And as Holly does, throw in those questions. To get from Nashville, Tennessee to Bluffton, Ohio is a quick 6 hour and 45-minute drive. And Holly, go ahead and take it away. We can see your preview slides here. There we go. Looks good. Take it away. Yep.
Perfect. All right, well, welcome everyone. My name is Holly Metzger. I am the Senior Admissions Counselor here at Bluffton University. Bluffton is located in Northwest Ohio in the small village of Bluffton, Ohio, just about an hour south of Toledo. And so we're a small liberal arts institution with about 650 undergraduate students, primarily a residential campus. We do have a commuting population as well, but we have 4 nationally accredited programs in dietetics, education, music, and social work. And we also have, among our 85 majors and minors that we do offer distinctive programs. Some of our bigger draws for students are majors like business administration, convergent media, education, nutrition and dietetics, and social work as well. Everything that we do at Bluffton is built off of our 4 core values of discovery, community, respect, and service. We also have 16 Division III NCAA athletic teams for men and women, and faculty who care. Our class sizes typically are about 16 students on average per class. And we do have an 11-to-1 student to faculty ratio as well. So you really do get to know your professors take an interest in you, just not just inside the classroom, but outside as well. So we do offer in-person classes. The majority of our classes for our transfer pathways are in person. COVID's been made this year interesting, 2020 to say the least. I think we all know when we say 2020 what we think of. And so we are excited that we've been able to offer in-person classes and that in-person college experience to our students this entire year, with on-campus living and being able to live in community with each other and still have that college experience. So we're very thankful for that as we kind of come into the home stretch of this spring semester. We have pathways to anywhere you want to go. So like I said, with our 85 majors and minors, as a transfer student with on-campus classes, or if a degree completion online pathway would work better for you, we have 4 online degree completion programs in business management, accounting, RN to BSN, and social work as well. So I'd love to tell you more about those options if an online degree completion route would work better for you and your situation. We have a very active campus community. We have 60 clubs and organizations, lots of ways to get involved. You can see a picture of our nature preserve down there in the right-hand corner. We have paddle boards and kayaks and just lots of space for students that we intentionally create for students to build community and network and really build those lasting relationships that we know are so important for the college experience. One really distinctive feature about Bluffton that's really cool is our internship guarantee. So we have a wide range of networks with different companies, businesses, and nonprofits in our regional area for internships and lots of experiential learning that way. Bluffton, we are known for taking what you're learning in the classroom and applying it to, a community setting. And so that goes along with our core values that we uphold here at Bluffton. Another really awesome thing is our cross-cultural experience. Part of our general education program at Bluffton includes a cross-cultural experience for students. And this takes place the May between their junior and senior year. So if you're transferring in as a junior, this is something that you'll think about sooner rather than later. But we have international and domestic locations where you can choose to go with a group of fellow students led by a faculty and staff member to really experience a different culture and that level of respect and how to really value those different experiences that you would have in a different culture. So another really exciting part of what we value here at Bluffton. A little bit about our transfer scholarships. We have 100% of our students receive financial aid. We have transfer scholarships that range from $14,000 up to $18,000 a year, and that is renewable every year that you're here at Bluffton. We also have a Phi Theta Kappa $1,000 scholarship for students who are part of that. And then, of course, other scholarships and grants that you would qualify for institutionally, as well as through the FAFSA that are need-based. Our transfer credit policy is pretty straightforward and simple. A C- grade or above in a 100-level course or above is going to transfer into Bluffton, at least as elective credit. We offer a very personalized attention to your transcript evaluations. We know that that's very important. So we try to have a 2 to 3 day turnaround to get that back to you so you can see exactly how long it's going to take you to complete your degree. We require a 2.0 GPA to transfer into Bluffton. We have a free online application. It takes just 10 minutes to complete, maybe a little less depending on how fast you are. And then we just require official transcripts from high school and every college that you've attended so we can make sure you're getting the maximum amount of transfer credit possible. Of course, fill out that FAFSA, and we do offer in-person and virtual visits to Bluffton. So we'd love to have you here on campus for a visit to meet with myself, a faculty member, take a tour. But if that's not possible, we can also set up something virtual for you to also have that same visit experience as well. Like I said, I work with you every step of the way from the application all the way to enrollment. So one of the strengths of Bluffton being small is that we are able to give you that personalized and individualized attention as a transfer student that you need so that we can be as efficient and as quick as possible to get you your plan of study and also your financial aid package so you can see exactly how long it's going to take to finish your degree and how much it's going to cost, because we know those are two really important parts for transfer students, those pieces of getting those questions answered. So we want to make sure that you're getting that as quickly as possible. My contact information is here. If you have questions or you'd like to set up a visit or anything, please feel free to reach out. Thanks so much.
Great. Thanks so much, Holly, for sharing that information. Next up, as a reminder, this is the schedule that we're in, this A1 session. We've got the California University of Pennsylvania. So Kaylee, go ahead and grab screen share from me. It's a short 4-hour and 33-minute drive from Bluffton University to California, Pennsylvania. So hop in your cars, put on your seatbelts, and next institution we've got is California University of Pennsylvania. Go ahead and take it away when you're ready.
Thanks, Zach. Hi, everyone. My name is Kaylee Gamwatsa. I'm the only assistant director in the Office of Articulation and Transfer Evaluation for CalU. That's just a really fancy way to say transfer counselor. So essentially, my role at the university is evaluating transfer credit. So I'm the person that is taking a look at your transcripts and maximizing the amount of credit that's going to apply towards your CalU degree. So this photo here is just a great photo of our university. We are located in southwestern Pennsylvania. So if you looked at a map of Pennsylvania, we are about an hour south of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. And we are about 45 minutes north of West Virginia. I would say a good hour north of even Morgantown. All right, moving along here. Okay, so just to give you a little bit of a background about CalU, we were founded in 1852. So we are over 160 years old, hard to believe. So, and like I said, we are located on the banks of the Monongahela, south of Pittsburgh. So you'll see on this map here where the star is, that's essentially where we're located. Really, really accessible, whether you would be coming 70, 79, or maybe even the Turnpike. You're going to find that within minutes of the major highways that you could find yourself on our campus. We are a public university and we are part of PASHE, which is essentially Pennsylvania System of Higher Education. There are 14 universities in PA that are associated with PASHE. We are accredited by Middle States, as many universities are. Just to kind of give you a little bit of a background of what we have to offer, we have 100+ programs, whether they be face-to-face or global online. We actually have a very large presence in the global online world. Everything from traditional business programming to education programming to some of our more unique face-to-face programs. We have mechatronics. We also have a really nice array of online programs that are both traditional, even completion programs, to unique. Many people are pleased to hear that we actually have an Arabic program, which is pretty unique to say the least. Also RN to BSN, which is very traditional. All right, so in regards to how many students that are actually on campus, we have about 6,800 students on campus. Of that, 4,700 are made up of undergraduate. That roughly works out to be about 18-to-1 student to faculty ratio, which is super nice because you not only know your faculty members, but you also know the students that you're in your classes with. It really leaves for a really personal connection there. In terms of out-of-state tuition, the rate is about $5,700. Now that's the base rate. Obviously there's meal plans and there's rooming and board that would also be included in that, but at least you have an idea of what the base rate would be. We actually offer a Vulcan Merit Scholarship. So what that basically means that if you have a 2.0 to 2.49, you would be eligible for about $1,000. If you have a 2.5 to a 3.49, you would be eligible for $2,500. And if you have a 3.5 or above, you're actually eligible for $3,000, which is pretty nice. So since my specialty is transfer of credit, what you see here are the names and titles of all of the folks that are in your transfer team. So in the Office of Admissions, we have 2 counselors that are reviewing your applications just to get you into the university. Once they've accepted you, you're then passed on to the Articulation and Transfer Evaluation Office, which is where I am. And that essentially means that your transfer counselor is the person that's evaluating your credit from start to finish. So we do the unofficial transfer credit evaluation all the way through to your official evaluation. That includes typically maybe a platform that you will utilize all the way through to graduation. So a lot of students are wondering, well, how does CalU actually transfer credit? So I can tell you that depending on your major and how your credits are going to come in, we could potentially transfer up to 90 credits. With that being said, we could even transfer maybe 50% of your major coursework. So all those program specific courses, we might be able to take in 50%. 120 degree program, credit program, we could almost take 90 credits depending. We do offer those unofficial transfer credit evaluations, like I said before. I'm actually going to pull up a slide here momentarily just to kind of give you a little bit of info of what's needed for that. I wanted to also point out that in this slide, if you're interested in applying to the university, as a thank you for joining today, there is an application fee waiver code there, CRCalU. Feel free to make note of that. Okay, so I know I hit on unofficial transfer credit evaluations. We can really work on anything for these evaluations, whether it be a copy of your curriculum guide, maybe it be a copy of 10-year-old transcripts, whatever it be that you would be interested in submitting, we can make it work. Maybe you scribbled on a piece of paper the courses that you took, that's fine too. You can simply fill out the form that is located on the CalU website, or you can email those to me or the transfer office specifically. I will provide you with all that information. So here is the contact information for my office specifically. Please take note of this. And then in the chat, I will also put my personal contact information as well as the link for the unofficial transfer credit evaluation. All right, that's it for me. Zach, thank you.
Great. Thanks so much, Kaylee, for sharing that information. And last but not least, we've got Iris to take it away for Michigan State University. So Iris, go ahead and grab screen share. Students, we're starting in Pennsylvania, driving all the way through the great state of Ohio and ending in East Lansing, just about in a 6-hour drive to hear about Michigan State University. So go ahead and take it away, Iris.
All right, welcome to Michigan State University and the transfer admissions pathway for Ohio students. My name is Iris Shen Van Buren. I'm the manager of recruitment for students attending school in Ohio, Indiana, and Kentucky. So take a moment and scan the QR code. This will take you to our webpage, transfer.msu.edu, where you'll find the information that I will be presenting today. I also have my colleague Alex Torres that's going to be behind the scenes answering questions, and he works with all of our transfer students, so please go ahead and answer any questions that you might have. So to be considered for transfer to Michigan State University, you need to have completed the minimum requirements listed for admissions, which is one of the listed math course, a course equivalent to MSU's Writing 101, usually a Comp 2 course. You'll also need at least a 2.0 GPA and a minimum of 28 credits. We are able to take credits by exam, such as the AP, IB, CLEP, and any of those kinds of tests as well. If you have 27 credits or less, you will also need to send in your final high school transcripts and your ACT or SAT scores to be considered. If you were previously admitted as a freshman but didn't come to SU, please make sure to have at least 28 credits and to send your final transcripts that indicate your graduation date. Also, please note that the minimum GPA does not necessarily mean that you're admissible to MSU. The majority of our transfer students do come to the university with a 3.0 or higher, and with an average student coming in around a 3.3 or higher GPA. So when you apply, you should also review any additional requirements by major. I'm going to put up a QR code here that you can go and actually look at the information there. Some limited enrollment majors may require additional prerequisites or have a higher GPA requirement to be considered for the programs. So programs like business and engineering do require a secondary review by college, and some programs such as education, music, nursing, social work, and veterinary nursing are also requiring additional supplemental applications or requirements. So please note that the College of Agriculture and Natural Resources and the College of Natural Sciences also now require students to complete Math 103, which is college algebra, or Math 116, which is pre-calculus or higher for admissions to all majors within their college. So this is actually the QR code that I posted at the beginning. So how do you determine how your credits transfer? This is our transfer by .msu.edu webpage. So the QR code will take you to the website, and when you go to the website, you can indicate what courses you're taking. You can tell us what state you're in, the school that you're coming from, what subject, and you can click on the inclusive history to allow the last 2 years of information. If you do not see a course listed, then you will need to send a syllabus to have your information evaluated, and I'll send that link at the end when we're done as well. In addition, there are some links that will take you directly to the overall transfer admissions page, as well as to the page that will show you whether your credits will transfer by exam. So to apply for admission, we suggest that students complete the requirements at least 2 semesters or about 16 weeks before the semester you want to enroll. So in other words, apply by spring semester to enroll in fall. Apply by summer semester to enroll in spring. Apply by fall semester to enroll in summer. So self-report all of your college level courses. If you took dual enrolled courses, you'll need to let us know those grades as well. But by self-reporting your grades, we won't need the transcripts from a domestic institution unless we require additional information, or until after you have been admitted. If you are an international student and you're taking classes at an international school, then you will also make sure that you send those transcripts before you do your application, because we will need to see those early on in the process. Then also submit any exam credits that you have taken, so if we can give you any college credit if possible. If you have 27 or less college credits, make sure you're sending in that final high school transcript that indicates your date of graduation, as well as your SAT and ACT scores. And then if we require anything else, we will ask you for additional transcripts. Go ahead and send those. And then if we also ask for syllabi for classes that we're not sure of, for example, you might have taken a math class that doesn't show up on our website, make sure you send that in as well. And then you can go to your website to check your admissions status. So here are some of our newest scholarships that we're awarding. These are listed on our scholarship website as well. I will provide that link at the end as well. There are really no any additional requirements to put in and getting considered for those transcripts. Just make sure you're applying early in the process, because they do get awarded, and time is crucial for that. And then finally, if you have any questions about Michigan State and how to transfer, feel free to set up a meeting with me. This is my QR code for my Calendly link. Go ahead and make an appointment. If we have additional questions, Alex will help, and our other transfer team will be able to help answer those questions as well. So thank you very much, and go green.
Great. Thanks so much, Iris, for sharing that information. Now, in the few minutes that we have remaining, I'm going to encourage all of my colleagues to turn their cameras on, and we're going to do a quick round robin here. So I'll set us in gallery view, bring in all the presenters. We'll go in the same order that you presented in. And the question for all of you, we've got a lot of transfer students here in the audience and that will be watching this recording. So what is a unique or special or different program at your institution that's specific to transfer students? So take about a minute and we'll go in the same order. So Amanda, you'll kick things off, but what's a unique or special or different program that's available for transfer students at your institution?
So because the Art Academy of Cincinnati is one of the smaller colleges of art and design in the country, building a sense of community is really important, and that starts at orientation. So we have a very specific transfer orientation where you get to learn about the college so you don't feel like you are behind. And then while you, like I said, your junior and senior year might have a studio space, we partner you with other transfer students as well. So you can really build that sense of community right when you start at the Art Academy.
Excellent. Thank you. Andrea, we'll go to you for Mercy College of Ohio.
Yeah, sure. So at Mercy College of Ohio, remember, we are healthcare specific. So what we offer is healthcare. We're experts in healthcare, and 80% of our student population is transfer. So a lot of times if students are looking, they're applying to multiple nursing programs throughout the state because it is competitive selective programs. So we have competitive selective programs, and a lot of times students may start at community college and start taking some prerequisite general education classes, and then they transfer in for our nursing clinicals or other healthcare clinical courses. So we are transfer friendly because we are a transfer college. So we do have a lot of our transfer students coming in. And remember, we also have clinical spots, and we have a lot of them, because we are connected to a hospital system. So we're part of BSMH, which is Bon Secours Mercy Health System, which means we're the sister college, and we have some access to their clinical sites. So we a lot of times get first pick, and we get a lot of them. So it's a good place to start.
Excellent. Thank you for that, Andrea. Deanna from Belmont University, what's a unique or special or different program for the transfer students out there?
Thanks, Zach. Similar to Amanda, we start off with orientation where we've got opportunities for programming and sessions just for transfer students. I will tell you, in talking with a lot of transfer students, students tend to not want to feel any different than someone who may already be on campus. So we really work to foster a sense of community where our students utilize the connections that they have with each other, with whether someone's a first-time freshman or a transfer or a sophomore or a senior. We understand that a lot of these students, while they're peers here, a lot of them end up colleagues once they're in their respective industries. So we value transfer students and the time that they have with each other, but we also see the unique gift that we can have when we foster those relationships with our freshman class and then students who are not transfers as well.
Great. Thanks for that. Holly, what unique special things for transfer students are at your institution?
Yeah, I would kind of echo what Deanna and Amanda were saying. At Bluffton, like they were saying, we're really intentional in our orientation right off the bat, that first weekend that they're here. Whether they're commuting with us or whether they're living on campus, we have a transfer student reception where they get to come and we do some icebreakers and they get to meet each other. And they get to hear from current transfer students of some tips of, what made their experience great and those kinds of things. And then from there, we're very intentional about connecting them with our student groups and organizations, with our student involvement fair and things like that, to really get them involved and assimilated into our campus community. We at Bluffton do not have specific residence halls for first-year students versus seniors or anything like that. Everybody is kind of mixed and matched together. We really want to be intentional in how we build community that way. So that goes for our transfer students as well.
Excellent. Thanks. Kaylee, how about you at California University of Pennsylvania?
So I have to admit, my department in itself is a little unique compared to some other universities in that my specific area is articulation and transfer evaluation. They kind of started this concept about, I would say, 17 years ago, where our department solely works with the transfer of credit, and we work a lot of hands-on with like the local proprietary or community colleges. So whether a student is interested in attending a university out in the state of California, or whether it be a local community college, my department is really there to assist the student with their transfer process. So from start to finish, and then all the way carrying through to whether it be like a new student reception that's specific to transfer. Even the tours and such are geared towards transfer students. So we really try to make it as specific and seamless as possible for a transfer student to get involved with the university and brought on.
Excellent. And finally, for Iris, what special, unique programming and things are available for transfer students at Michigan State?
Well, just in general, great things about MSU. We've got some world-class programs, obviously, but we actually, if our transfer students want to live on campus, we definitely have space for them. We recently instituted a 2-year on-campus live-on requirement, but our residence halls are very available and open to any student as long as they want to live on campus. We do have some related on-campus apartments as well for our students. Our students also have access to really great resources in terms of career services, getting hooked up for business and getting ready to, apply once they're getting ready to graduate. So those resources are available to them, as well as our neighborhood success collaborative as well for our transfer students.
Excellent. Well, thank you all for sharing that information specifically about your transfer population. Students and counselors, thank you for taking some time to tune in. There were questions that came in at the very last minute. I will be passing these along to the college admissions team so that they can follow up via email with you if your question just came in and they may not be able to type the answer in time. So unfortunately, we do have to wrap things up here and get to the next session, but thank you all for joining us for this hour. And again, I'll pass along any last minute questions to the admissions representatives to follow up. But as you close this window, a very quick 4-question survey will appear. We do ask for your feedback. We encourage you to sign up at strivescan.com/Ohio, the same place you went to register today. For the next hour, there's some sessions happening for the next 2 hours, and a recording of this session and all of the sessions will be made available tomorrow at strivescan.com/Ohio. Thanks so much for joining us, everyone. Have a great day.